to our podcast. This is episode 1.
Yes, it is. It's the first episode. We decided to just go ahead and take a whack at making a podcast, and here we are a few hours later getting it done. I love us. Well, my name is Nastachia.
I'm Figga.
I'm Niko.
We figured that since this is our first episode, we should talk about a lot of firsts.
Yes.
Obviously, everybody has had those experiences in whatever field you've had that experience.
And we're going to get deep down into it.
Yeah, we're going to get deep down into it. We're going to have fun, but we're about to reveal some juicy little secrets.
Oh, yeah.
And two, after you guys listen to this podcast, make sure to comment below too. Like whatever first that you have, we want to hear it. So.
Especially the crazy ones.
Oh yeah, especially the crazy. And we want them in detail. So,
yeah.
So make sure that you, go ahead and do that.
Go ahead and get that in there.
So what you got for me, Figga? What you got for me?
It was the first time I felt my passion for real, for realizing what I wanted to do.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
When I realized I wanted to start rapping, I was in 7th grade and I challenged this Arab dude. I forgot his name, but he was the best rapper at the school. Everybody knew he could rap.
Yes.
And in 7th grade, you didn't have to be that complex with the raps. It was very
you just had to be
cat in the hat with the rap, with the fat, and the cool and it was very easy, right? Yeah. And that's what he was coming with, and they were eating it up. I remember I challenged this kid during PE. Now, we had the same PE period, but he had a different teacher. So this one guy, I rapped to my one friend. I think his name was Keith. I rapped to him. He was like, bro, you're good. There's this other guy. You should challenge him. He's really good, but I think you're better than him. You could kill him. You could kill him off. And he's like, go battle him. So I went to, we waited till PE period. And at first it was just me, him, and his friends. And the homie's name was Dwayne. It was me, Dwayne. And the beat he did was, you remember the one, boom, 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 boom. You know that beat. Okay, so he did that beat on the door, right? And he was like, you go first. We flipped the coin and he was like, you go first. And I'll never forget what he said. He was like, y'all suckers want me to go first. Something, I'll kill you on the first verse or something like that. He went in, right?
Yeah.
And then everybody was ooh. So I started rapping and I was like, he used to put the beat on, he was like, doom, 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 doom. And I just went in and I was talking about crazy shit because he was talking like cool swag, I'm cooler than you. But I'm from the hood, like they wasn't ready for it. I was talking about like having his mom come in and I did his mom in the classroom type shit.
Oh my God.
I was like, and they were like, oh my, that was their reaction too.
Oh, they didn't know.
So it was like,
dirty.
Yeah, we did.
You got dirty with it.
I remember I was like, something, do I'm gonna dance with my hands and bring your mama in the class and I'll pull down her pants and something. And they was like, oh! And everybody was running.
And you said, what grade is this?
7th grade.
This is 7th grade. We not hearing stuff like that.
And then it went from that to a bunch of dudes battling me all throughout the school. 8th graders wanted to battle me. So
like at that time,
I was like, wow, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I gotta be good. This is something. So.
What about you?
Yeah.
It's just like all through music for me. Like in school and stuff, like I always had first chair. Like in band, for instance, like that's when I like first got into like learning how to actually read music and everything like that. And I never practiced at home, but I was always first chair.
Damn.
That's like, the best. And then even if you did practice,
so it was just natural.
So it was crazy because like all the way up until like high school and everything, like I had this one kid that like always tried to take first chair from me. And he would always try so hard during the test, but like when it came down to the test, I always just like aced it. I had the highest score. And when my that teacher got so mad at me, and she like pushed me a lot too, because at parent-teacher conferences, my mom was like, "He never practices." She put hands on you.
I was like, "Oh, we about to beat her
up."
No,
not like
we
that.
About to beat her up.
No, like because I started off with trombone, right? And so after my parents were like, "Yeah, he never practices at home," at the parent-teacher conference thing, she made me start playing French horn because it's harder. And I still have first chair with that without practicing it either. So it's just like I've always known that I wanted to be in it.
Okay. That's funny. That always makes me think of like, are things nature or nurture? Because I think that people that are nurtured into the skill, you can still be successful. But there is nothing like the natural born gift of being able to do a particular thing. But that person can also not make it. So you can have the talent, but then you don't use it. Ethic, you don't use it. It's like, well, that doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying.
Either way, if it's nurture or nature, is gorgeous. But when I see like a Michael Jackson or something like that, it's to that supreme because naturally it flows out of you with perfection.
Oh yeah.
So when was your first time you realized like, damn, okay, I'm doing this. This is me.
So I think definitely for sure it would have to be my 5th grade talent show. And I sang Ain't No Other Band by Christina Aguilera. And that was my shit for years. I literally sang that at the 8th grade talent show. No, the 5th grade, the 8th grade, and the junior year talent show. That song. I love that song so much. Because
that song was the jam.
And too, she pushed me as a singer. Like, I love belting. I love doing runs. And I'm like, if I'm able to sing
these
like
are singer
this,
terms.
Yeah,
know your singer terms.
Yeah.
If you don't know what belting and what's this one?
Runs and riffs. And
I mean, we're not talking about shit neither.
But no, but it also pushed me, and I knew the kind of singer that I wanted to be too. So when I saw that get accomplished from like doing all the talent shows that I did, and then like finally winning first place at one, and then always being the person that's picked to do the rallies and stuff like that, always being in position to perform, it's like, yeah, I want to do this. Obviously, I'm getting picked for this for a reason.
First performance since the pandemic today.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Speaking of first,
that's also where we're together because this
Yeah.
today started with
and you did
them
phenomenal.
accompanying me at my performance.
She
Thank
killed
you.
it. She killed
Phenomenal.
And it was the first performance in
She has so much
2021.
sass.
Yeah. So the first one of the year, and I'm so happy that you guys came. You don't even know, like.
Oh yeah.
I think what's cool about the journey is that there will be so many people that are rooting for you, but it's the people that actually show up when it's time for you to showcase yourself or be there for them in any way. Like, that's what I consider like real friends.
I'm
like,
just happy
real
that like
energy.
it was that, and that technically was my first show to be at since the pandemic too.
Honestly,
you know what I mean?
It's
So
like,
my first
oh my god,
concert of
first,
22.
Yeah.
first.
Dang,
You
my
know what I
first
mean?
concert was a
I
Nastachia
didn't realize
concert.
that.
Yeah.
That was the first.
That was like your
we
first
also
performance. My first
I'm
time. My
here
first
for
time
it.
seeing you perform
Seeing-
live. Like,
Wait, really?
Like
I guess.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Because
Yeah.
I've seen you perform live like on video and stuff like that, but that was my first time like being in it and like
I just
it was
like
great.
performing is everything. So that's why I said like that was the thing that made me feel like, oh, I don't want to do anything else in the world. Trust and believe, like I like doing other things and I can also make income or whatever off of that. But at the end of the day, like my heart and soul is and will forever be music. Like I wouldn't know life without music. I think it'd be very boring.
I don't trust people that don't like fuck with music.
Or they're like, I don't know what kind of music
Then
I
what the
like.
hell
I'm
do
like,
you do
what?
when
Yeah, like
what do you do with your time?
Do you not
Like,
have a
I'm so
soundtrack?
fucking weird. I like there are some things I can't even do unless there's music playing. Like if I'm about to clean the house, I will really stand there, like go through the playlist and like make it seamless. What am I gonna listen to? Because it's like
I always have music playing.
Always.
For everything
That's
I do.
so crazy.
Literally everything.
You know when I like music, the best time?
Huh.
During sex.
Doing sex.
I love music.
It's crazy because it's like.
Have you ever had sex in a car with the music playing? Oh my god.
I don't know.
That's the only time
Maybe.
I could do that in the car. 'Cause, like,
Yeah, it's lit.
What?
yeah,
Oh, when there's music.
like we just I've always had music.
I haven't
playing.
done it since like in a minute.
my
Like since I
God.
was like in my young 18, 19, 20. Because I didn't
Yeah,
have
no,
like,
I'm like, how I been like that?
we're grown now. We got apartments. Let's go in the
Hey,
bed.
because
Oh my
my-
god!
but
I guess
yo.
that is what it is. You don't have like
You don't have
you
to
don't
do
have
that
the
no more.
space. You don't have the space. Like that was the only option.
And my
That
first
was the
time
only
doing
option.
that was like in a tiny ass car too.
It's always
It was
a
a
tiny
Chevy
car.
Cobalt coupe.
Ooh.
Don't ask me how my 6'1" ass bent.
But then
around
again, we
there
were
to
smaller at
do
that time. Like I think of sometimes I've done so many things when I was smaller, and I was like,
I ain't
used
never
to do
been
that shit with
flexible
ease.
either. So.
Yeah.
Me trying to get into the back seat, like crawling to the back seat from like the passenger seat, honey.
Yeah.
I'm about to be clicking buttons with the booty. I'm about to be hitting somebody in their face. It's gonna be so clunky and clumsy.
Yeah.
First time I had car sex, it was like in the middle of the day.
Hot.
Windows wasn't tinted in the high desert in Apple Valley.
Oh, that makes it worse.
in the
I was
high
at a
desert,
park.
Apple Valley, at a park too. Same.
It's
Yep.
always at the
Mine
park.
was at the park.
It's always at the park.
Put
And
the
we,
put blanket up in the window.
My truck, I had a 96 Ford. Y'all crazy. I had a 96 Ford Explorer. We linked the seats back, and I was back there.
Stop! Oh my god.
And dang, yeah. I love that girl.
No,
too.
I'm sorry. You killed me with the fucking towel on the window. That is hilarious. You have to. The blanket.
We didn't even put no towel. We didn't give.
In the high desert, no. But then again, the high desert is different. It's kind of harder to do it out here. The high desert, you can just park at some deserted
area and just do your thing.
Yeah, just do your thing. Nobody's coming over here.
Not where I'm from.
Shout out to the high. Hey, shout out to the high desert. That's a crazy place to like.
Shout out
to grow up. What you mean shout out? Yes, shout out to the hard dirt.
Yeah, see, no, you know, for the longest, I've always been like, I am not gonna claim that. Like, I'm not gonna claim, but it's like I can't. Like that's the town that exactly. Yeah. So you can't be a hater onto what your atmosphere was, because it's cute. I have a lot of good moments out there, but I just like it's just so dry sometimes out there. I'm like into the city. I'm like I'm not. Oh my God. If I'm going out there and visiting family, and that's it, you got one.
There's nothing to do for people our age for real, like
and creators. Period. You can't. It's hard to create out there. I mean, if I like lay out under and like look at the stars, it's such clear air out there. Crisp, clean air out there, so that's a perk. I love that, but it's just like, what you gonna do that every day? Like,
what you gonna do? Just hang out?
You're just gonna be staring at the. No,
there's nothing like the city of Los Angeles.
So I guess that's why all of us come here.
Especially here.
Stop too much.
Don't get me wrong. Like this place too is kind of crazy too. Like LA is cute. Yeah. It is.
It's not what y'all see on TV.
Oh my God! I remember I ran into this European family. And I just remember the excitement that and we used to work right on Hollywood Boulevard next to like Vine Street. And that is Hollywood Boulevard. That's where everybody goes.
On the Walk of Fame.
On the Walk of Fame. And I just remember seeing so many people from out of the country coming here. And I mean with stars in their eyes. Like, oh my God. But you know, Hollywood Boulevard is so stank. It's pee infested. Yeah. It's it's so nasty. Oh, but man. I get it. Like Hollywood is an idea, not a place.
Hollywood is crazier than what any of y'all think about. Like,
but there are gyms,
it's
though.
Dangerous low key at night. You will get robbed in Hollywood. People will rob you.
Hollywood's crazy.
You need to like chill out in Hollywood. Like,
I'm not trying to put it on a summer book because it's not what it is. But I just remember the last time something crazy like that happened on Hollywood Boulevard. It was something really bad happened to somebody that we knew from like the club scene, and it got filmed. It was terrible. It was literally it was hate.
Yeah,
it was a hate crime, and that happened on Hollywood Boulevard at like 11 at night. And after seeing that, I'm like, that's so fucked up. Yeah. Like,
it's not what everyone thinks it is, for real.
Like I said, there's so many
different capacities. You know what I mean? Like there's good things about different parts of it at certain times of day.
Exactly. You know I mean, I had one of my best performances right on Hollywood Boulevard at the study. So it's like there's gyms, but then it's just like after that performance, I for sure went home. Oh, yeah. I wasn't cruising down the streets.
Like your dough, all that, everything.
Oh my God. Yeah. But we are, like we said, this is our first podcast.
First one.
So we definitely wanted to talk about some first. And like I said, make sure that you guys comment down below.
Yeah, you better let us know your first too. Especially the crazy ones. Get them crazy ones down there too. Cause
I know. What's one of, like if you get...
What's the first phone you had? What kind of phone? What was your first phone?
The freaking Boost Mobile.
Mine was Boost too.
Where you at?
Oh my God, my first one was Boost too.
Boost Mobile.
Y'all remember the commercial? Where you at?
Yeah. That was like the ringtone. I want. Where you at?
Yeah, that was mine too. Every time I got a
that was the hood phone. If you had Boost Mobile, that was the hood phone.
It was like everyone had Nextel back in the day, like those two-way like chirps, right? You know what I mean? That's what I liked about Boost. I would just chirp my friends.
I think the first phone that I like realized this is a phone were those silver flip phones from Sprint.
You talking about the Sidekicks?
No, not the Sidekick. It was like the first flip phone. It was gray. I remember both my parents had it. Yeah, you could play that game Snake on it.
Yeah.
Like that's the first time I'm like, oh, this is what a phone is.
Screens too, like.
You remember when everybody wanted the Razor?
No, everybody used to want Blackberries.
But Blackberry was after Razor.
Everybody
wanted the Razor.
The Razor was the little skinny phone.
It was like the first. It was like technology.
Yeah.
Whoa.
See, I had
the future.
Oh my God.
Because it was the Razor, and then everybody wanted a Sidekick because everybody had.
And then they had the chocolate one. Remember?
It was real skinny and it flipped it like that. Yeah. I remember early 2000s. I am a stan. Yep. I will forever be a stan of MySpace.
I was on Team Blackberry.
MySpace. Whoa.
AIM. I think I was too young for AIM.
No. AIM was like for the high schoolers of our young. Yeah. We were middle school.
I was like 13, and
everybody was like
when
I was in high school. Like that was like
that was when you were in high school, right?
It makes sense.
Did you have a sidekick?
That's when Facebook was getting really big.
It just because I made my Facebook when I was 14.
That's what everybody had.
I made it in 9th grade.
In high school, everyone migrated from MySpace to Facebook. Like while I was in high school. Yeah.
I was one of the last people on MySpace. I was there till the day it died.
Literally. And then it's like, oh, what is this new thing? But yeah, it was like, what's Facebook? And I remember slowly we started migrating there. Yeah. Like it's funny because I had an opportunity, and the opportunity, they made me go into like my social medias, particularly Facebook, because that's where we have been since we were kids. Yeah. Go through that, filter it, sort out everything, because if you get on from this opportunity, everybody's going to be looking for you. Mm-hmm. So everybody's going to go. Somebody will go for hours looking at the shit that you did, going all the way down on your Facebook since 2012.
Oh my God, I need to go delete shit.
I had to delete all of it, and it took so much time.
I'm going to go do it tomorrow. Oh my God, there's so much.
Do you know how many people have probably got tripped up because of something that they wrote from 2012? When we were 16, when you were 20, like that.
Yeah. And people for real look for that too.
They look for it. They want every
They want to be the person that found the thing about you.
They want to be the one that cancel you.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
And they can walk around. Hey, I got what's name canceled.
Yeah. That's what I'm like, you're not going to find nothing about me. I deleted that shit real quick.
I had to do that too.
You did?
Yeah, I had to do that.
It's a lot of work. It took forever.
Yeah, because you got so much stuff on there. Like, I had to change, like, who can see my photos too and stuff like that, from, like, the family tag stuff and everything. Like, so, okay, speaking of, like, all the juicy stuff that we're trying to hear, and what I would like to hear some people, like, say in the comments and everything is, when's the first time you got high?
First time I got high? Oh, I got a good
one. Oh, my God. I
you know what I mean?
Okay.
It's becoming more
mine's kind of short.
Go ahead.
So,
go ahead.
I distinctly remember I was hanging out with my friends. We went to a house party. When you're 16 in the high desert going to a house party, like a birthday party, that is the most lit thing that you're doing.
No, real
that
shit.
You know you're
house
going to make
parties in the high desert around our time were
That's literally all we had.
That was it.
That's all that we had. We lived in Victorville from 13 he from around 13 to like 17. I was out there from 10 years old to 18. Damn. So our adolescence was definitely shaped from living out there. Going back to that, if there was a house party, you knew you were about to make memories there. You know that was going to be like the hot topic when we went back to school. And so my close friends, they had a birthday party, and we went over there. And I remember at that time, I would look at smoking like, you guys are smoking weed. Like, I was that. Oh my God, you guys are going to get in trouble. But my friends, I made the choice, but they definitely baited it a little bit. Like, you want it. And I'm like, you know what? I got to do.
Come on, peer pressure.
But it's funny because the first time I've ever smoked, I got shotgunned from a friend. And so
did it get you high? Nah, shotgun is not gonna do nothing like that. Excuse me,
I was 16 years old and I had never smoked weed before, so of course that shit got me lit as hell.
Off a shotgun, that's crazy.
Didn't do that shit.
That's the first time.
But then after that, the rest of the night we actually smoked, and I just remember being so faded. And it's just crazy, like the first, like you'll never get that first ever again, like that first time ever, because that was the giggly. Yeah. Stupid airhead.
You wouldn't even have to go hard, but like you were still going hard at the same time.
Going hard, I know. Hard for what you can handle. Yeah. How about you guys?
My first time getting high wasn't the first time I smoked. The first time I smoked, I just smoked. I didn't get high. I don't think I inhaled it. I just pulled the smoke in my mouth and blew it out. The first time I got high though was off of an edible. And the homie gave me a big ass cookie, right?
Oh my God.
And he didn't tell me, this is around when I first started, he didn't tell me like, oh, you take a fourth of it.
He had
you take it in pieces.
Up. Oh my God.
So he just sold me. He sold me 2 cookies for $20, and there was my homie named Sam. He was like, "All right, bro, let's go ahead. We're gonna eat this and gonna go watch Dragon Ball Z." And I was like, "All right, let's go."
It's lit. We were ready.
Ate the whole cookie, and in the middle of Dragon Ball Z, all I know was my body felt crazy. I was like, "Yo, what is this?" And I was so paranoid. I was scared. He was like, "Bro, it's good. You're just high, man. You're just high." And then I remember like. Oh my God, my body was just feeling so weird. And then he was like, "Bro, you know what you need? I got you. You need to eat. Let's go get some food." We go in the kitchen and I found this big ass bag, family pack size of Doritos. I go in.
No.
I go in. And chips have never tasted that good.
I know.
I was like, whoa.
This is on another
Why
planet.
do these taste so good right now? And they were like, "Matt, you're so high right now." They started recording me and shit. I was like, bruh.
The first
chips
you have just like hit different.
What about you?
Like,
what was the first one you got?
Oh my god! So I had this.
Because this one over here is small. Both of them.
Oh yeah, I'm high right now.
Not no more. I stopped smoking.
But yo, so I had this friend like in high school and like middle school and everything, and like we were always like getting into trouble with each other. You know what I mean? And it was funny because like back then, like everyone's parents thought that like I was like the goody good of the group, but you know, in all actuality, I was the one that's like, let's go drink. You know what I mean? We're in like fucking 8th grade. So,
this one.
You know what I mean? So, but anyways, my first time smoking, she had like this crazy guy she was dating, and he like brought like a lot of chronic over, and so he had rolled a joint, and I was still in middle school at this point in time, right? And so I'm just chilling, we're drinking, we're all like smoking and everything like that, and then he's like, "You want to try this?" And I was like, "What's that?" And he said, "Marijuana." He's like, "It's weed. It's marijuana." Like, he's like, "You want to try it or not?" You know what I mean? And he put me on the spot.
The devil's grass.
And because my friend that I always did crazy shit with said yes, like I'm not gonna punk out and say no because I'm not a bitch. So I said yes, and I got high as hell.
What age again? Give me age.
This is like 8th grade.
It's about 14. 15.
Yeah. So like.
We are not supposed to be smoking that young.
No,
like, our brains.
For kids watching, do not.
I'm crazy.
No, right? I'm not about to be that person. I'm not about to be like, say no to. You're gonna make that decision, but at the end of the day, I will say, it's not needed.
Yeah,
it's not needed. Because if you think about it too, when we were kids, like we got high off of life, and once you start doing that shit, it's so hard to get high off of life. Again, you have to like do that to get turned in the way you need to, but. I mean, I feel it. Like, that is what happens. You're getting older. Everybody's experimenting together. And it is what it is. There's probably so many people. Majority of people have probably had those childhoods.
Majority of people have at least tried some type of drug eventually.
No, but you know what's stunning? I've met people that are like 28 and they've never drank before, they've never smoked weed, they've never.
That's what they say.
That's not what they say. They be that like that shit's real, and I'm like, that's amazing. Like, I applaud you.
What was y'all first car?
My first car was when I was 15. I thank my dad for it. I'm grateful. It was a black Volkswagen Passat, and it's funny because we bought it off of like the street. You know how people parking their cars in the street and they just like write the price on the back of the window. We saw that.
How much was it?
It was a 98 with bullet holes in it for one.
Damn.
So they were trying to get $2,500 for it, but my dad was like, nah, 18. And my dad's a really good haggler. So we got it for 18. I love the bullet holes. I'm like, I'm gangsta. And I'm not gangsta.
Not at all.
That was me at 15, like, yeah. But, yeah, I got that, and I tried to drive it too much because living in the high desert, there's this city called Wrightwood, and you have to go up this steep mountain, and doing all that, it made my car really hot, and like the fucking engine up smoking and all of that stuff. It was cute. Like, it served its purpose at that time. I'll never forget the car, but yeah. What about you?
My first car, my mama gave me my first car. It was that 96 Ford Explorer. I was telling you about when I was doing it then. It was also the first time I had car sex.
Wow. That's an achievement.
Beat them cheeks in the back seat.
I'm not. What about you?
Oh, man.
No, let me finish. My mom got me my first car. And it was a nice Ford Explorer. And the battery died the first day I had it. So I bought a new battery for $100 and I was rolling. And the brakes were terrible. I had to stop hella early.
There's always something.
And the transmission was going out, but I rolled it till the wheels fell off. I drove it all the way to Vegas. And then I left it with my uncle and never saw it again.
Damn.
It broke down on him. He was using it to get to work, and then I never saw it again.
That's crazy as hell.
Left all the shit. There's no telling what I had in that car. It's probably where my a lot of my shit is. Wow. I had my graduation cap back there and everything.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That shit gone.
I bought my first car.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
when I responsible ass.
My parents made me do that, though. My parents, like, forced me to buy my own shit.
They're from Detroit.
That's right. That's right.
And, like, so I had this job at this Mexican restaurant. And it was when I had this job there, like, I saved up. Oh, yeah.
That's the best part about
it. It's a pro and a con because it's like, oh, this food, but then I gained 20 pounds in the first year.
Oh, hell yeah. And I sure did, too. But, yeah, I had that job, so, like, prior to driving. And so I saved up, and like after I got my license and everything like that, I saved up $3,000, and I bought myself a GMC Sonoma, like the truck, the little truck. It was red, but I only got the 2-seater because I didn't want to drive no fucking buddy everywhere. So like,
that's a great way to not do that.
Yeah, so like
it's funny. I hate 2-seaters.
I had a system in there. I had the windows were tinted. I had a 10-inch sub in the back too. Like that was my first thing.
I think my thing with 2-door cars, I will always say, what if there's a killer and there's 4 of us, but you have a 2-seater? So first, the people that were sitting in the front, they gotta hurry up and pull the chair in. Then you gotta get in. You gotta dive in, and that's gonna take some time. And then I have to do a courtesy? No. If there's a killer, I am out of here. I'm out of here. You need 4 doors. You need 4 doors, guys.
Let's grow up. Let's grow up, all right? Because when our children get a 4-door car, like a grown man or woman.
Because once Jason or Freddy Krueger is chasing you, 2 people gonna die. It's either gonna be the people that had to pull out the chair who were the passengers.
Is it
and
weird?
One of them is the driver, so if anything, I should get away because I'm the driver. I really have that
fear, for real. Like, when I be getting in my car and I be like, damn, like, what if there really is a nigga finna pop out the backseat with a knife? I really have that thought in the back of my head every time, but I be like, nah, I'm tripping.
No. I check my back. Yo, there's
check your backseat every time.
There's this scene in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think it was in the reboot in like 2006 with Jordan Brewster. I remember. She was the final girl. Everybody else died. She finally got away. She got into the car, started that shit, and she was like, I made it. She's on the highway. Fucking Leatherface pops out of the backseat with the chainsaw, goes through the seat. Like that.
Hell no.
And she dies. The car pulls over. He gets out, and that's the end of the movie. And I'm like, I'm checking my backseat especially at night. I check it during the daytime. You ain't gonna catch me slipping. People still do crazy things in the daytime.
Yeah, people be robbing people in broad daylight.
At broad daylight. You're not gonna catch me slipping. So get a 4-door.
That's why I appreciate
get a 4-door.
Too, though.
Get a gun.
Like, you can just see. That's what I appreciated about having 2 doors, though, because when you look, you don't gotta be looking back. You know what I mean? I mean,
true.
My truck only had 2 seats. I didn't even have like the crew cab, right? So like,
there's
only one other spot.
You wouldn't have even had anybody with you anyway. So
yeah, unless they're in the truck.
We can get out of here quicker.
I can drive like a jackass and knock them
make
out.
Him fall like just swerve left and right. He fall right out that thing.
That reminds me of in the high desert, like we said, nothing but dirt and hills and all of this stuff. I remember I went to a party, and this is so bad. They had like those 4-wheel ATVs, but it had like a huge trunk kind of in the back where we're little when we're in high school, so probably fit like 3 of us or something like that. When I'm telling you, we went out into the darkness and the hills with nothing around us, and we're just driving like reckless, and we were all fucked up. No, we could have got seriously hurt if something happened. That is living life, but I would never do something like that as an adult because you're drunk. It would be different if it's a professional and we're drunk and we're experiencing the ride, but you're 16, you're drunk, you're operating this huge ATV 4-wheeler with all of these people on it. No, don't do that stuff, guys. Don't be listening to that. But it was fun. But we could have got really hurt. So
in the high desert, like having a dirt bike and having like that's like the thing, like
it was like a whole group of people that like they did that shit. Yeah. ATVs like every weekend because there was a place right off the Cajon,
right, where it was everybody
went there.
Yeah, I don't even see people over there no more.
Now, granted, it was a specific kind of
demographic
so
for sure.
I wasn't about to have my ass over there because that's what they was doing. I mean, even if I wanted to, that shit would look crazy if you know what I mean. Yeah. But I thought it was fun, like looking at it. Like, I mean,
everyone's got boats where I'm from. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much water everywhere, and there's the Great Lakes, all the lakes around, like even not even the Great Lakes. There's just water everywhere in Michigan. So like, there's like one place where like you can go 1 mile in any direction, and you're like hitting water, and there's like houses on it. There's
crazy.
A boat launch
1 mile is not that much.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, there's a lot. So like everyone, like if you're not partying like at a house or whatever, you know what I mean? Like you party on a boat.
So he had water, we had dirt. Yeah, well, I mean, guys, I really enjoyed us talking about our first schedule.
We had a lot of firsts.
Definitely found out some things that I did not know before, which I love talking because it makes your friendships closer. Oh, it really does. Absolutely. And to like whoever's listening, it's like it makes us closer to you. Even though we don't know you, it's still on a personal level, and especially once you drop down your first in the comments.
Yeah, we're looking forward to going.
Let me see y'all first comments. Who's gonna be the first commenter?
We're going to bring that up in the next round.
I know. I'm like, okay, if you're going to be the first one, hell yes. We're going to take your name. We're going to shout it on this video. You are officially a friend. You're the best friend. Right. We're here for it.
Yep. Yeah. But on that note, we're going to go ahead and close out this podcast, our first one. Make sure you guys tune in for the next one. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. And we'll be bringing you guys more content in the near future.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to try to do this every week. So you got to keep us accountable. Right. We're not about to have a crunchy-ass schedule. We will be here every single week. It's about to be lit. Oh, and, you know, if you guys have any topics that you guys want us to talk about, too, go ahead and put that down there as well.
Right. And we'll talk about it because we can talk about whatever. This is really just a conversation. I just want to talk about whatever.
It's a safe space.
I want y'all to get to know me because it's a lot of stuff
not
inside.
Not with the extraness.
There's a lot of stuff inside that I just want to get out.
Wait. Not with the extraness. All right. Well, bye guys.